Okay. Hey guys, back again. Going to be starting a new project tonight. Bit of a departure from what we've been doing. Going to be doing a bit of a garage kit. Um, Started this probably close to almost 10 years ago, and just so I set it aside and haven't ever come back to it. So this is one of those things I'm trying to clear out old projects, and been wanting to do this one for a little while, um, and just haven't come back to it for a whole slew of reasons. So yeah, we're gonna be starting this one up tonight. One of the things I did do beforehand, um, and this was again years ago. I did start drilling holes for pinning for a decent number of the parts. Um, Again, like I said, this was years ago, so not quite sure what I've done, what I haven't done. One thing I do know is the smaller little birds. Those I know I did not do. And right now, I actually can't. Mainly because I don't have a small enough bit. Um, Whenever I do another paint order from USA Gundam Store, my plans to get the bit set that they have that has some nice small ones. Um, as far as the overall plan for this kit, as far as the base goes, I was planning to use this big guy. Had originally planned to use this for a Spitfire kit, but the project sort of finished up and just did not want to do more on it. So, I'm going to use this for the base. Let me grab the tree. Just try and give it a sense of what it'll look like. Thinking, had the main tree bit here, had figure basically centered right in the middle. And as far as the rest of the detail on the base, that's where I'm struggling a little bit. Is what I'm thinking of doing is, so I've got some putty. After we do base painting for this, what do is attach it, get it glued down, and good to go. Come back in with some putty mixed with sort of a nice ground color, sort of a medium to light medium brown. Putty all of this to provide groundwork. Excuse me. Attach some sand for our base. Add some static grass. Then add in a few other like rocks and details just to give it a little bit more interest. But that's where I'm sort of stuck. And do I do some other things? Do I maybe do some larger rocks? I don't know, because I'm thinking maybe have like almost like a stepping stone here. Because I do have some rock molds. Those I'll grab later once we get close to doing that. I already have some made. That might work. Honestly, I'd have to see about sizing. But that's what I'm sort of thinking. Now, as far as tonight goes, big thing is going to be, because I noticed one major issue with this tree branch, what connects, there is a pretty decent gap there. So one of the things we are going to have to do, so obviously I'm going to cement in a pin on this part, get it attached, and then apply a little putty. What I'm also going to do is using this little guy that I picked up today will route in a little bit of a groove around the plug part so that the putty will have a little more area of which to grab onto. And yeah, that's sort of what we're going to be doing tonight. So, obviously, like I said, first thing we need to do, once I move this out here, is we need to pin that guy. Of course, my wire's under a bunch of stuff. Hang on 1 second. There is the end. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut it off screen. Okay. Cut the wire a little long just so that I have a little bit of play. Okay, so that's going to go in pretty decently. And because once we cut it down, I can still use the rest for some of the other pins we might get in tonight. Now I'm using super glue as opposed to epoxy because, at least for this stage, does not need to be high tensile strength. We'll worry about that a little later. Okay, got that partially on. Okay. There we go. A little of that just to speed it up. Okay. Give that a second or two, and I just knocked a bunch of crap over. Okay. Proper_T, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Greatly appreciate it. Let's take a little paper towel, wipe off the excess. I don't want anything potentially interfere. Okay, that's on. Now, obviously we need to cut that part down a decent amount. And if I recall, yeah, on this tree bit, I did goof up when I was drilling holes a long time ago, if I recall correctly. And this, okay, or maybe I didn't. Thought I did. Yeah, I did. Did accidentally drill all the way through. Now that I think I'll fill with super glue, as it's small enough and it's not noticeable, and it will blend in with the sort of bark texture. And you know, maybe just call it like a knot in the wood or something. So let's go that length. That should be enough. Now this is the part where, say, hopefully will fit in right. Okay. Should go in. Hang on. Okay, now here comes the point where we gotta play with that a little. just sort of keep tweaking it as we go. But it goes in. This is really not Alright. Well, first off, I think I see some of the problem. So scrape some of this excess glue off the pen, because I think that's giving us some of the problem why it's not wanting to go in smoothly. Now, if this does not work, we'll come back in and open up the hole a little more, and also tweak some of the key guide, though I'd like to avoid that if possible. That goes in like that. It should. Okay. Apologies, just need to adjust things. I'm sitting, not knock everything over. Okay, that's actually too long. Okay, that simplifies things a little. So we'll go ahead and shorten this a little more. Let's say about to there. Try this again, because notice it was sticking through all to the other side. Oh. Obviously that's not good. Alright. So I think that may be the best we're going to be able to get it. And we can blend the rest of it with putty. Let me just see. Yeah, that's a good depth. Yeah, I think that'll work nicely. Okay, so we got that. One last check. Yeah. Okay. Now, just before I do anything else, just going to do a quick sort of test fit. See how she sits. Okay. Obviously, some of this we can fill in more putty if we need to. But I think, assuming this thing wants to sit still, it should work. Something's not sitting right, at least as far as angles go. Or at least it looks natural, if you will. Okay, so it sits there. Okay, we may have to do a little more filling than I thought. Look at how she wants to sit level. Level would be closer to here, and if we obviously push it in, it's nowhere near that. Okay, so we gotta make sure that point there is fully down and deflected. So yeah, we'll have a decent amount of filling to do. Alright. Yeah, glad I checked that. Because obviously once we sort of do the puttying, we're going to be kind of, you know, set. As I said, go ahead and drill or do the groove on both sides. Give me 2 seconds to get the bits out. Let's see which bit looks like it'll be better for this. Okay. bit's a little... This one might be a little too big. So yeah, I think this bit will be better. Okay. Give me 2 seconds to get the cord undone. And grab some eye protection. Because definitely when you're doing something like this, you want to have some eye protection. I don't mean just glasses. Ideally safety goggles, but very least, something like one of these. It's just better than nothing. Okay. All right. A little power. There you go. Increase the power just a tad. Apologies for not really talking during this part, just trying to very carefully do this. Hang on, I need to adjust one of my lights. Increase it just a tad more. Almost done on this part. Again, as I was saying earlier, this will give us a little more air for the putty to grab onto. Okay. Let's check our work. Yeah, that'll do. Doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to be enough. Okay. Actually, for this one, go ahead and go with the larger bit. I think that'll get this to lock. Will work a little better. And yeah, how are we doing on time? 20 minutes already? Damn. Time really flies. So we may not be able to get as much as I had originally planned. Story of my life. But I'll at least get this thing puttied tonight. This one I don't think I'm going to be able to go all the way around just because of how it's oriented. We'll just get what we can get. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, got that done. Wait a second, put this away. And move on to the next step. Put the other light back. Okay, got that done. Good. Alright, now I do believe it's time to putty. Now we don't need that much. But, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Let's move all that away. And let me get some gloves on, because do not want to get this stuff stuck to me, as when you're working with putty it sticks to everything. I do mean everything. I'll make sure we do one thing. That is put a little Vaseline on this part of it so that the epoxy doesn't stick to it. Because doing it, this will basically act like an intermediary. Obviously, we can come back later, clean it up. So, in fact, that's one thing we're going to have to do with all the parts, because I have not cleaned them. A little much. But I'm just making sure I get it all around in here, just to make sure nothing sticks. It's better to get a little extra. Not enough. Okay. Put that on. Okay, we can just set that aside for now. Alright. Let's see. Okay. We'll get the newer stuff. Now, puttying, and use some milk putty. So that's what I have. Okay. So this should be more than enough. pinch. Yeah, that's about 50-50. Gonna get a little water on my finger. So that'll help keep it from sticking. As I said, we're going to apply it to the branch side of the part, because that'll be a lot easier to clean up, opposed to trying to clean it up against the main tree part. Because obviously there's a lot of little detailing there, and obviously there's a lot less on the branch. Now any of this we don't use, what we can do is basically start making like little rocks with it. Now it's the old waste not, want not. Because yeah, that's always a good thing to do with any excess putty you get, is just, you know, either slap it in a mold or just make some rocks, because you can always use that on a future dio. Okay, I'm just going to start with just a tiny bit. That's actually probably a little much. It's sort of starting to stick to me again. Honestly, don't need a lot in certain sections like down here. Mostly just sort of play as we go. I don't want to get too much, because obviously some of this will spill out once we apply it. Okay, I think we're ready. Here we go. Okay, that's there. Okay, check it out for now. Bring this around. Back in. That's actually not too bad. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, that works nice. Tiny tad more if we can get it off. Yeah, I think that will do. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, now as for the rest of this, we'll just try to make some sort of stone-looking object. There. Okay. That. I'll just set this aside so it'll dry up on its own. Okay. Got that puttied. Without too much hassle. That. We are good there. So, honestly, at this point, we're going to want to leave that to set up. Honestly, I had thought I might need to do a little sculpting of it after it's set up a little, but just as it is, I'm liking how it's turning out. Honestly, we'll come back in, sand it a little. Might need to add a little in there, but I think we might be able to get away without it, or just use some Mr. Surfacer there. Set that over there. Okay, so what now? This is where things get complicated. Yeah. Figure out. Alright, so this stress part connects in. Okay, so that's that. Yeah. Might have to do a little. Actually, trying to see. Trying to figure out what would be the best route to go. So we'll need to probably do a little filling in here and along there. Now the question is, yeah. Okay, now that I'm looking at this, I don't think that will slide in. Yeah, because I think we won't be able to attach this, and I can't touch that to confirm, because the ideal situation here would be we can just sort of slide it onto the branch and hope nothing rubs as far as paint, so that we can attach this permanently with this filled, paint it as one sort of piece. If we can't do that, then we're gonna have to have this apart and still probably fill it. Now the question will be, I'm thinking probably be better to put the filler. Yeah, I think might be better. I don't know. Just trying to decide which would be best. Yeah, I think of putting filler on this side of the part on this part would be better. So, got that. Now let's. I see. I already tell a couple points we'll need to do a little spot filling. There. See a little seam line here. There's a little bit of seam line here. Other than that, it looks pretty clean. So yeah, I think the rest of the night will be just prepping parts, because I can already tell a couple of these may need some cleanup work. Almost looks like there's just like a slight seam line there. Okay. Head. Bit of one here. One through the hair here. And still through the neck there, but don't see other problem areas. Okay. Okay. Got a seam line there. It's fine. Supposed to be there. Here, a little bit spot there, along here. Okay. One of these fabric parts. And what I'm doing right now is just sort of marking off all the little divots, bubbles, seam lines, what have you, just so they're a little easier to find. And there is some flashing on this. I'll have to come in, clean that up, but overall, I don't see anything. Glad on that, because I do not want to have to clean that one up. That with all the details, would be a real pain. Bit of a divot there. Now, with the parts in this sort of state, it's a little more challenging trying to spot the lines. Once we get primer on it, obviously it will be a lot easier. But for now, it doesn't hurt to try and get some of them picked out. Let's see, where does this one go to? Yeah, that one goes in there. I think the small one next in here. So yeah, I think this will be a sub-assembly we can go ahead and fully attach. Yeah, that one we can definitely put together. Just gonna take another quick peek. Yeah, this one will probably need to get putty too. I'm gonna wait till that tree piece is done, simply because. Okay. Where did I put that pen? There we go. Another little area we need to clean up in here. Seam line here. Thankfully, nothing else really jumps out at me. Sanding in there. That one feels really weak, so I'm going to have to be careful. So, early arm. feel a hole right there. A little bit there. And that part I haven't pinned, so some of this will do. I think I'll do next time, because I can do a lot of the sanding off camera, because I doubt anyone wants to really watch that. And this is definitely one of those things that's better to do with sunlight, because even with this light, which is pretty decent, still many things you can miss or over sand. Alright, onto the shoes, move those over. Okay, a little bit in here. A little there. Sand that flat. Other than that, does look good. Okay. Now, before anyone asks, no, this isn't a pour sub. This is actually a mounting peg that will go in there. Thankfully, I don't need to pin it. At least, don't think I'll need to. Okay, almost done for the night. I want to say this is another hair follicle, or it could be off that scarf. I have to check. Some along here. So yeah, tonight's primarily just going to be a lot of prep work, since we got the bulk done getting that thing puttied. Oh yeah, this part's got some nasty mold lines. Yeah, those are off her hair. Really bad one here. Right there, I think I'll get that with super glue. Okay, branch part comes off somewhere. Not sure where. Oof. This nasty. Honestly, with branches, no, they have that odd bit of, you want to sand them down so it's not so obvious, but don't want to sand them so much that little hair bit looks fine. That it doesn't look natural anymore. As for this brooch part, thankfully, aside from some little cleanup in there, looks good. Thankfully. Wait a second. I'll grab the bird parts. So we can do them all at once. I think that's all parts. Yep, that's everything. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to paint these birds yet. That's going to be another challenge. That one's got a little bit, oh yeah, seam lining on here. I do think I'm going to have to hand paint each one of these. Pray I don't go a little nutso. Yeah, these I'm definitely going to have to prime before I try and do any type of sanding on them. Just because of the complexity of the shaping on them. Yeah, I don't want to do anything major. It's like some of the poorer and they sanded it down a bit. Have to do that. I think, yeah, that poor bird lost a lot of the underside wing detail. But depending on where he is, we may be able to, you know, cheat. This guy looks good. I can't really see anything major. I think he attaches onto one of the branches. This guy, again, looks like they sanded off a lot of the detail on the wing. I'll see if I can scribe some of that back in. I'm not going to hold my breath. So, okay, gone through, examined the parts. Obviously, till we can mess with that tree branch again, which we can't do probably for at least a good 12 hours. I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it here for tonight. We've gone a good 45 minutes, so. Okay, yeah, obviously, this is just going to be a sort of side project for now. Possibly once we get the hawk done, this will take center stage. For now, though, I do think I'm going to probably get around to priming those birds, just to see what I've got to do on them. Just, obviously, given that it's very organic shapes and what have you, I'd rather just, see what the damage is in casting and come back to them. As for the rest, a couple spots I do think I can just go ahead and sand down slightly, especially along the hair. Beyond that, though, I'm going to hold off until, again, we can mess with the branch again. And yeah, so, like I said, this will basically be it for tonight. If you do enjoy this stuff, please like, subscribe, do all that. Ultimately helps grow the channel a lot. We'll probably be on next Saturday night at 9 p.m. Maybe on sooner, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, until next time.